Wow, my desk is going just crazy right now. I mean, Bitcoin is in the risk of going to $40,000 and Ethereum is below $3,000. Are you serious? Well, anyway, I'm going to explain to you right now what's happening in the market right now and possibly a few things to keep in mind of what you should actually do. Just stick around. What's up, Crypto Land? Black Crypto here, bringing another cryptocurrency video where I talk about the basics of Bitcoin and everything else cryptocurrency. Now, when it comes to everything else cryptocurrency, what's happening in the market right now, and giving you an understanding of cryptocurrencies in general, how to live off of cryptocurrencies, and how to build generational wealth. Now, when it comes to the market right now, in terms of Bitcoin, we were hoping that Bitcoin was going to start going up. Of course, to $60,000. We're seeing it inching closer to $50,000, but now we're seeing a big pullback. And not only in terms of Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, we've seen it go to $4,000, and then we start going back to $35,000 in terms of that resistance. Now we're seeing even Ethereum is going down to $3,000 and now dipping below $3,000 right now. And other cryptocurrencies are seeing 10%, 20%, 30% in terms of dips over the course of the past week. So when it comes to you, what should you do when it comes to your cryptocurrencies? You're probably thinking right now, should you sell off your cryptocurrencies? And that's one of the things that I always tell people, don't do that. Now, of course, if you need the money right now, then you can possibly go ahead and do that. But if you can hold on to it, then that's always going to prove, good in the long run. So I'm going to give you a few things to think about in terms of what's happening right now, in terms of why I see the market is dipping right now, and also a few pointers for you to keep in mind for the future. Whenever you see a big dip in the market, it's usually because of some type of news or something that's happening. I mean, this is not the start of a bear market whatsoever. So right now in the news, you're hearing a whole lot in terms of China, and that's possibly one of the reasons why you started to see this big dip in the market. Right now in terms of China, you have a group called the Evergreen Group, which is a big real estate developer, and right now they're on the brink of default. And this is causing a big panic in terms of China, in terms of their housing market, because if that collapses, that is something that we're looking at in terms of, for instance, China is supposed to be very good when it comes to their capital markets or when it comes to businesses. So possibly China might have to step in and help out this big developer. And, we're going to have to definitely see what happens with that. So in terms of other news that's happening right now, there's a lot of positive news inside of the market right now. There's so many investments that's happening with cryptocurrencies, whether it's Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies right now. So when you look at it and say, hey, there's so much positive news out there, there's so much investments out there, is it really only this China FUD that's really causing the entire market? Can China really just sink the entire cryptocurrency market? I really don't think so. I think the next thing that you have to keep in mind right now is there is a whole lot of, market manipulation right now. I mean, to be honest with you, big institutions, big investors, they want your Bitcoin, and they're going to drive the price down. So for instance, whenever you have a big news out there and it starts to cause some kind of panic, a lot of these big institutions and big players would then take notice and say, let me go ahead and drive the price down at the exact same time, causing even more fear. And I think that's one of the things that's happening. We're seeing a whole lot of market manipulation. Of course, with Bitcoin dipping down a little bit lower, I don't think we're ever going to see Bitcoin go down to about $30,000 or so. And then, of course, with Ethereum, because of the, EIP 1559 upgrade, we're seeing now that, Ethereum has a great chance of being ultrasound money. We're seeing a lot of Ethereum being burned at the exact same time. So there's being less in circulation. So because of that, the price should be going up. So what should you do? Now, if you want to keep up to date when it comes to the news, I want you to go ahead and bookmark bitcoinnewspost.com to keep up to date in terms of breaking news by the hour when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to other cryptocurrencies, NFTs, scams, analysis. You'll get all of that on bitcoinnewspost.com. Also remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take this as any kind of financial advice. I'm just doing this for entertainment and educational purposes only. So what should you do? One of the first things that I want you to do is keep in mind right now, do not sell. There's no reason to sell right now. There is no panic right now. There is more good news in the market than there is bad news right now. So this is an opportunity right now, and I think you should start taking your position. Now, when I say start taking your position, what do I mean? You know, buy the dip. You hear this all the time in terms of buy the dip. You'll always come out better if you buy the dip. I keep on saying that because when the price starts to go down, that's an opportunity for you. Of course, with Bitcoin dipping down a little bit right now, and of course Ethereum dipping down below $3,000, this is a buying opportunity. So that's one of the things that you should consider. You know, when you consider in terms of buying cryptocurrencies, put new money in. You know, don't go ahead and start swapping your cryptocurrencies right now unless you have to, but get new cash and start putting it in. Start buying this dip. One thing you want to keep in mind with buying a dip is dollar cost average. Of course, as the price starts to go down, start putting a little bit more cash as it starts to go down. You'll be in a better position when it starts to go all the way up. Also, this is a great time to start looking for discounted coins. There are so many coins on the market right now that have dipped all the way in terms of 10 and 20 and 30% right now that are at a discount. Go ahead and start scooping up all of these coins. You won't be sorry when the price starts to shoot back up. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind when it comes to this dip, of course, is now you need to start taking a position, of course, right? But now you want to start growing that position. And how are you going to start growing that position is, of course, staking, interest, rewards, all of those things that you want to start doing right now, because when it happens in terms of a dip or a bear market, you're still accumulating more units of cryptocurrency. And that's one of the powerful things about cryptocurrency. And that's one of the reasons why, of course, during a dip like this, you know, I really don't care. And that's why you have a lot of people out here in terms of the experts that have been around for many years and seen these cycles so many times. You know, this isn't really a bother. Of course, I always tell you, do not invest more than you're willing to lose. But of course, if you invested a little bit and you see this happening, don't cash it out. Grow that pot. And that's why you need to start staking. Now, you can stake in many different ways. And of course, you can stake in terms of the exchange that you're buying your, of course, cryptocurrency on. And of course, if you have some decentralized wallets, for instance, like an Exodus or Atomic, you can start staking inside of those wallets as well. Now, of course, other than, of course, staking, you can be getting some interest. And I've talked about that on this channel as well in terms of, for instance, BlockFi. And there's others like, for instance, Celsius or uHodler. There's so many others out there that you can start gaining this interest, not only from Bitcoin, but from your stable coins and other cryptocurrencies. So right now, this is a very good time to start growing your pot. Instead of selling, for instance, if you're only investing maybe $100 or maybe $1,000, why would you go ahead and risk selling that when you can stake that and continue to grow it? One of the last things that I want you to keep in mind when it comes to any kind of dip or a bear market like this, for instance, is you want to hodl and you want to hold your cryptocurrencies, as we say, of course, right? You want to take control of your funds, and this is the time that you want to do that. You want to have iron hands and weather out any kind of storm like this. Now, one of the strategies that I have in terms of me actually doing this is, of course, in terms of a hardware wallet. You've always seen in terms of the Ledger, and you also have like a Nano X from Ledger. And one of the things that I do with this is, I store funds on multiple hardware wallets, and these hardware wallets are in multiple countries all over the world. So what does this do for me, or what can this do for you? It will force you to hold those funds because you won't have access to those particular funds. So what you can do is you can be growing those funds as well on that hardware wallet because you can stake on the hardware wallet as well. So you're taking control of your funds by, locking it up. And at the same time, you're growing your position at the same time as well. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind now, this might be my own speculation here. You know, the holiday season is coming up, and two major players, Visa and Mastercard, they're getting involved with cryptocurrencies in a big way, especially Mastercard making a lot of partnerships globally. Now, when it comes to this holiday season that's about to be coming up, I think this is the pullback that we're seeing right now, and we're going to see a big increase over the next couple months. Of course, with Visa and MasterCard in terms of on the forefront with a lot of these big companies, of course, like I've been showing you in terms of the Coinbase Visa card, you know, you're going to have to make all of these transactions with them. And this is a way for them to definitely profit. So I think this is a very good time for institutional players, whether they're card issuers, and of course, in terms of Visa and MasterCard, to definitely benefit. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of them in terms of advertising over the next couple months, especially with the holidays. And another thing that I want you to keep in mind, a lot of the payment coins or a lot of the coins that are geared towards financial sectors. Of course, you have XRP, and we're trying to see what's going to happen with them with the SEC. But of course, you have Stellar, like I've been telling you guys a whole lot about. And you, of course, want to definitely check out some of the other coins out there that are geared towards payment services. All right, so there you have it. So when it comes to the market right now, yes, it's looking a little bit scary. And, you know, cryptocurrencies are all in the red right now. But, you know, this is something we've seen so many times before. Just have iron hands. Like I said, take your position. And of course, what you want to probably start doing is growing that position by staking your coins and then go ahead and lock them all away. Whether it's for the next 3 months, the next 6 months, or the next year, you're going to be in the best position when we see this run up happen all over again. This is the best time to start exploring cryptocurrencies and other cryptocurrencies and see what they're all about, because this is exactly what these big institutional players are doing. They want your cryptocurrency, and they're building right now to start offering you a whole lot of services. So start taking advantage of all of these. Guys, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know if you think this is the reason for this big dip. Do you think cryptocurrencies are going to go down even further? Do you think a bull run is soon to come? Let me know in the comment section below. And also, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified anytime I'm releasing new videos right here on this channel. And you also know what to do. Hit that like button. Helps me get this video recommended out there to everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.